This is Frank Kutsakria, and I'm going to be making predictions for week 16 and 17. Now, before I start, this is what I look for in the last 2 weeks of the season as both a gambler and when I'm making my predictions on who will win. I'm going to look as, is a team playing for a seed? If a team is in the playoffs, are they playing for the bye? Are they playing for the division? Are they playing for a better matchup? Secondly, are they playing to make the playoffs? It's amazing to me how many teams can't pull out the deal when they're in the playoff hunt. Are they playing for their coach? If the coach is on the hot seat and they like him, they're going to try to win. If they don't, they're not. Are they playing for money? This is the, hey, let's try to get McCaffrey, or let's try to get Saquon Barkley the 2,000 yards. They could be playing for bonuses. They could be playing for time. And the last is, are they playing for a job? Remember the NFL? Contracts are not guaranteed after your signing bonus and your first year salary. Some of these guys are going to be playing for the team that they're on, and some of these guys are going to be playing for the teams that they'll be playing for next year. So we are going to go to week 16. And there are two games that could be the Sunday night game. Bears and Chiefs, this is first place versus first place. This will be that game. The other one would be, let me see, the other prediction that I would have for the Sunday night game is Steelers and Jets, because this could be bye versus bye. Okay, so we're gonna start with Ravens and Browns. Ravens are kind of playing, try to make the playoffs. Browns would be out at that point. I'm going to take the Ravens. Raiders and Chargers. I'm going to pick the Chargers. They're playing for a very limited chance to try to make the playoffs. Dolphins and Bengals. Both teams are awful. The Bengals could be playing for a coach. The Dolphins could be playing for their quarterback. I'm going to pick the Bengals. Steelers and Jets. This could be the Sunday night game. I'm going to pick the Steelers. Patriots and Bills. They could be playing for a playoff spot. The Patriots, this would be one of the times they need to be fishing for it. The Bills aren't playing for that. I'm going to take the Patriots. Broncos and Lions. Both teams are molto not bueno. I'm going to take the Broncos of that. Bucks and Texans. Texans are playing for the playoffs. Colts and Panthers. Both teams are playing for the playoffs. I think the Panthers will lose this game, make it interesting for the Colts for Sunday night, for the last week of the season. Jags and Falcons. Jags are playing for the playoffs. Falcons are not, but the Jags will screw it up. Saints and Titans. I've got I'm going to take the Saints on that one. I'm going to skip the Sunday night game as scheduled. I'm going to take the Rams over the Niners, even though both are kind of playing potentially for the playoffs, mostly for pride. I'm going to take the Giants, who are with the new quarterback, will be trying to beat the other new quarterback. I'm going to take the Eagles to eliminate the Cowboys from the playoffs. I'm going to take the Seahawks to beat the Cards, and then the Vikes and Pack. I think the Pack are going to try to eliminate the Vikes from the playoffs. It is at home, though, so I'm going to take the Vikes. And in that Sunday night game, I've got the Chiefs, who will be getting themselves a first-round bye. Now we go into Week 17. And let me see here. I've got the Browns and the Bengals. I'm going to pick a tie. It was set up for it. I'm going to pick a tie just because I think both teams don't really care. Okay? I have the Jets, who could be playing for a bye over the Bills. I'm going to take the Jets. The same time that game is going on, the Steelers and Ravens will be playing. So the Steelers should win, and more importantly, knock the Jets from a bye. The Titans and Texans, I'm going to pick the Texans. Patriots and Dolphins, I'm going to pick the Patriots to try to get that playoff spot. Colts and Jags, this could be a Sunday night game because it could put the Jags into the playoffs. The Colts, if they win, they are in the playoffs. I'm going to pick the Jags. I'm going to pick the Chiefs over the Chargers, and I'm going to pick the Raiders over the Broncos. So what does that leave us in the playoffs? So the number one seed is the Chiefs. The number 2 seed is the Steelers. The number 3 seed is the Jets. The Titans would host the Colts. The Jags would go to New York. And the Patriots will be, for the second time in the Belichick era, and for the first time with Tom Brady as quarterback, will not make the playoffs with a 10-plus win season. Now we're going to go the other side of the aisle. And looking at records, the Saints and the Panthers will be your Monday night game. So we're going to do everything else first. The Falcons and Bucs. Both teams could be playing for their coach. Though I think the Falcons have a better job of keeping theirs. The Falcons I have at 7-7-1. They will go to about 500. The Cowboys and Redskins. By this time, the Cowboys will have dumped their coach because I don't think they can make the playoffs. I'm going to pick Jerry's Cowboys, but I don't think they can make the playoffs. Eagles and Giants. Eagles would have nothing to play for other than just beat the Giants. They would potentially have the ability to move up, though it would be pretty limited. I'm going to pick the Eagles, but I don't think it'll help them necessarily in their playoff run. Packers and Lions. The Lions are playing for a coach that they don't like, taking the Packers. Bears and Vikes. Bears are playing for a bye. Vikes are playing for the division, potentially. Actually, I think that would give them the division. This could also be the Sunday night game if it looks like the Panthers have locked the playoffs, which I think they would have, because it would also mean a bye. So this actually could be the Sunday night game. I'm going to skip that one for a second. Rams and Cards. I'm going to take the Rams. Seahawks and Niners. Seahawks are playing for the bye. They will win and guarantee themselves a bye. Now we're going to go back to these other games. Saints and Panthers. Do the Saints want to go on the road in week 1, or do they want to be at home on week 1? If they potentially could be playing each other. I'm going to say the Saints. Now for the division and the bye. It's the Vikes and the Bears. Going with the Vikes. So, because of the Vikes win, the Seahawks are the number 1 seed. The Eagles are the number 4 seed. The Saints will play the Panthers again. And the Bears will be headed to Philly as the Vikes are the 2 seed. So I'm going to do one more video with the playoffs, and we'll see how we go from that prediction right here in a few.